Hello and welcome back to Fruit of Grisaia. Last time we went to a river, found a dog, weird dog shenanigans, and then we heard a frickin' helicopter. We broke into a desperate run, grinning our necks to watch the sky through the cracks in the trees. The sound of the helicopter's rotor blades grew louder by the second. Soon, even the howling of the turboshaft engine was perceptible through the din. Knowing that it was coming closer by the moment, we couldn't help but shout pointlessly for their attention. When we reached the camp, everyone had already gathered underneath an opening in the canopy, waving their arms furiously. They shouted into the sky, "Why are you not using the, bus horn now? Hey, down here!" Our voices were powerless, but we still rubbed our throats raw. Some of our group was frantically gathering whatever wood and grass they could, using old magazines from the bus as kindling in an attempt to produce smoke. Others were picking up baseball-sized stones from the ground and throwing them into the sky with all their might, even knowing it was futile. This isn't enough. We need enough to really announce our presence. The bus. I sprinted to the bottom of the ravine, my legs burning with exertion. Crawling into the overturned bus, I stumbled frantically down its length to the driver's seat. At my first violent twist, the key caught stubbornly in the ignition and refused to turn. After a few fumbling moments, I pulled the key all the way out and jammed it back firmly in. After what seemed like an eternity, the suddenly finally moved it on. Please notice. I pressed down on the horn at the center of the steering wheel with all the strength I could muster. A grating electronic sound echoed through the air, shaking my eardrums, but all too quickly the powerful blast of the horn ate away what little charge was left in the battery. The volume decreased with every passing second. And as the helicopter slowly passed overhead, the droning of its blades all but erased every other sound in the valley. Soon enough, that noise diminished into the distance and was gone. We did what we could. Tried everything. There's no way to know if it had been enough. No, definitely not.
そんなのわかんないよ。でも右に向かって飛んでいたのにこちらに向かって進路を変えましたよね。それってこちらの存在に気がついたってことじゃないんですか？だったらなぜ飛び去ったのよ。気がついたのなら戻ってくるか、この上を旋回したりするんじゃないの？あれは私たちを探しに来たヘリじゃなくて、どこか民間のヘリなのかもしれません。こちらに気がついたのなら無線とかで連絡を取っているかもしれないじゃないですか。
But if they're looking for us and only got a quick glance at us, how would they know that we are actually in trouble? I'm just saying. I'm noticing everyone's really going quickly to just saying whatever's on their mind at the moment, not really choosing their words carefully to do anything specific.
そうですよ。それに燃料が残り少なくて一旦戻っただけかもしれません。またすぐに戻ってくるんですよ。きっとそうです。
Yay, fruitless hope that'll keep us going and drags down to a lower low after the fact. In that moment, we were all united in a surge of hope. It wasn't just the prospect of immediate salvation. We had spent nearly 2 full days in this place, an isolated island devoid of any human presence. It was beginning to feel as though the rest of the human race might have just vanished from the earth in the instant we plunged off the cliff. And then that helicopter passed by. Even though they didn't notice us this time, another chance would come. We weren't stranded on some uncharted island. We were within eyeshot of a road that connected to the normal world, where our normal lives were waiting for us. Another chance would definitely come. Definitely, 100%, yep. Everyone believed that, unquestioningly. We watched the sky until it grew dark, even arrived with surprising swiftness. In the end, the helicopter did not return that day.
ねえ、カズキ。あのヘリって何だったのかな？
Maybe it was a news chopper. Maybe not even for us. Not many people have actual reasons to have a helicopter. Maybe that's a bit different in Japan. Maybe there's more reasons than I'm aware of.
さあ、あまり詳しくはないけれど、タンデムローター機だったみたいだし、 CH47 とかいうやつじゃないかしら。
Is that a typical civilian model, or is that an army model?
いや、機種が知りたいわけじゃなくってさ。
ああ、つまり私たちの救助に来たヘリなのか、それとも偶然通りかかった民間のヘリなのか、それが。
まあそういうことになるのかな。
おそらく後者でしょうね。あの手のヘリを所有運用しているのは米軍か自衛隊か。どちらにせよ私たちを探しに来たヘリではなく、偶然。
やっぱりそうなんだ。
落ち込むことはないわ。またいずれこの上を通ることもあるでしょうし、その時は今度こそ無視できないようにすればいいのよ。
Maybe. If it is more military, the chances of it being a established route that we could actually get them to come through the area again on would be good in comparison to, say, a private one that just possibly took that route because that's what they needed.
具体的にはどうするの？
そうね。今日あのヘリが来た時、佐久間さんがヘリに向かって石を投げていたでしょ。
全然届かなかったけどね。
だから次の機会までに森で木を切り倒して投石機を作りましょう。
Oh my goodness, if we could take down the helicopter, they definitely notice us. Yes, we have a plan. We're gonna shoot down a helicopter with pebbles. A bunch of pebbles.
どうせなら人が投げられないぐらい大きい岩を飛ばしてぶつけてやれば嫌でも気がつくんじゃないかしら。
You know, as horrible as this is, that's not the worst. That's not the worst suggestion.
そんなのもし本当に当たったら墜落しちゃうんじゃん。
And hopefully none of them die.
好都合じゃない。撃墜すれば墜落機を捜索するために何機もヘリが来るわ。全部落としてやりましょう。
いや、だから落としてどうするのよ。助けてもらおうよ。
Yeah, but if they crash, hopefully not down here, then they'd have a better ability to, one, notice us and go figure out what the fuck happened, and two, get help.
それが私のスパルタ式ジョークってやつよ。
You know, it's a joke, but it would totally definitely work, assuming we can make it so that they don't crash down here, too. That's the one asterisk to it, but it could work. And, you know, they don't die. We're just gonna assume people don't die. I mean, people have already died, but no, people don't die. People don't die. Yeah.
うふふじゃねえよ。
Not funny, Kazuki. You're one to complain about my jokes being in bad taste. When I closed my eyes for the moment, in exasperation, my head drooped to the side, and my body was urging me to collapse. That was more than enough for tonight. Tomorrow would probably be another brutally hot day. But for the moment, the night breeze was chilly against my skin. Following Kazuki into our tent, I wrapped myself tightly in my sleeping bag, and within minutes sunk like a stone into oblivion. You know, the river. Our water source is a river, right? Yeah? If we do leave, we should probably follow the river. Yeah? How well do we know the area? Because the thing about rivers is that they flow places. They flow places that people potentially could be living or getting water from. Sure, they could flow to completely other places too, but if we end up leaving in any form, that might be the best idea. The question is more just which direction should we follow it? Upstream or downstream? Wonder how significant. It might be a small river too. I suppose that's a question. We're in a mountainous area too, so probably downstream. Because rivers and mountains can often come from the peaks that have snow melting on it, yeah? Meaning that there's probably a better chance that if there is any sort of settlement in the river, if we did follow it, we'd probably want to go downstream, yeah? Okay, well, the third day in the valley. When society slumps into an economic recession, it seems high-achieving graduates from elite universities often have an even harder time finding employment than their less brilliant peers. Normally, you think businesses facing difficult times would want skilled new employees to help them turn things around, but when a company's focused entirely on treading water and protecting the status quo, providing good positions for intelligent and ambitious new hires can be very difficult. We were just going to be wasting hotshot talent on trivial chores. Might as well just hire cheaper, less skilled workers to start off with. Or so the thinking goes. As for why I'm bringing this all up all of a sudden, it recently occurred to me that Kazami Kazuki's situation within our team is something like that of an only graduate in a recession. She has exceptional, even unique skills in terms of raw ability. She's in a different league from Captain Sakashita, but since her rank is a freshman at the very bottom of the totem pole, that talent puts her in an awkward position. Everyone recognizes and respects Kazuki's intelligence, but that doesn't mean they're ready to overturn our familiar style of authority. Mainly because nobody knows where they stand in the new pecking order. Yep. Can just imagine how well people would take it if they put her in charge, Sakashita in particular. Kazuki told me that pride isn't inherently a bad thing. The way she sees it, a moderate sense of self-respect can be a balm for the soul, but still, an overdose of medicine is just another way of poisoning your own self.
あまね、どこにいるの？あま。
こっちだよ、カズキ。
あ、いたいた。あなた、また日記をつけていたの？
Yep, has to happen at some point, considering it's literally what Yuji's reading at the moment, yeah?
なんていうか、癖で暇な時に思いついたことを書き殴ってるだけなんだけどね。
いいことよ。こんな状況だからこそ、そういった日常の行動が心を安定させるし。
Yeah, I can agree with that.
日記をつけることで現状を深く理解して客観的かつ冷静な判断力を得るという意味ではとても有効だと思うわ。
いや、そこまで考えて書いてたわけじゃないけどね。
日記ってそういうものよ。私もよく書くもの。
Oh. Can I read it?
カズキも？
ええ、紙に書くことはしないけれど。
Ah, god damn it.
どういうこと？
Yeah, she has freaking great visual memory.
脳に書き込んでいるのよ。
With her ability, that methodology of memorization, could she conceptually imagine a visual element and remember it perfectly off of that? Like, okay, I'm remembering this diary page that I did. Let's just add a word here, add a word there, add a word, that sort of thing. I wonder if she could do something like that.
それって頭の中身を頭に記してることにならない？
通常記憶用の脳みそと日記用の脳みそを使い分けているのよ。私、脳みそが5、6個あるってお医者様に言われたことがあるの。
本当に？
もちろん冗談よ。
As always, Kazuki's attempt at a joke wasn't amusing in the slightest. The idea of her having half a dozen berries stashed away somewhere like a biological supercomputer felt far too plausible. I felt more like shuddering than laughing.
で、私に何か用事？
うん、そうだった。ちょっと毒ダミの葉を摘んできてもらえないかしら。
毒ダミってあの臭いやつ？
そう、沢の近くにたくさん自生していたでしょ。あれを摘んできてほしいの。
まさかあれ食べるの？
食べられないわけじゃないけど、今回は薬に使うわ。
薬？何の？
かゆみ止め。薬のストックが乏しくなってきているから代用の効くものは代用します。できればよもぎなんかもあると嬉しいけれど。
よもぎって草餅に練り込むあれのこと？どんな草なの？
見たことないの？どこにでも自生しているのに。
Because I've seen the name mugwort used quite a bit in, like, you know, games, typically from Japan. Sometimes as a healing item, but never actually heard of it as an actual thing.
これでも私都会っ子だし、草餅は作ったことあるけど、業務用のペーストを使ってたから。
仕方がないわね。
Kazuki pursed her lips and glanced around the area. Her gaze settled on Koide Ritsu, who was sitting idly on a rock nearby. apparently not quite sure what to do with herself.
小出さん、私彼女と草摘みに行こうと思うのだけれど、大テントで広岡さんと桜井さんに付き添っていてもらえませんか？
はい。でも
汗を拭いたり水を飲ませてあげる程度ですから、何も面倒はないと思います。お願いできますか？すぐに戻りますから。
分かったわ。
さて、それじゃあ行きましょうか。
いいの？
何が？
だって小出さんは。
She was Captain Takashi's partner. If our leader were to find out Kazaki had been ordering her friend around, I had the feeling things might get ugly again.
いいんじゃない？彼女、することもなくて暇そうだったし、こんな状況だし、することがないとサボっているようで気まずいでしょうしね。
Possibly. But, someone else might be a bit more upset by it.
そっか。
Our supply of food is limited and shrinking. Under the circumstances, idle hands could be seen as a drain on our resources. Oh, I mean, idle hands could also mean saving energy so you don't die as quickly. The sick and injured had no choices, but for those of us still healthy, there wasn't much excuse for being anything less than proactive. Koide-senpai's partner, Captain Takashita, was currently off investigating the area with Mr. Ochi. Why hadn't they taken Koide along on their survey? A question worth asking for sure. Did they simply decide she would have slowed them down? I couldn't think of any other reason they would have just ditched her here.
ねえ、和樹はどう思う？
そうね。ただ単に小出さんのことが気に入らないんじゃないかしら。
どうして？
ここに来た初日に怪我人の治療をするために、私は小出さんにお湯を沸かしてくださいってお願いしたでしょ？
うん。
それで小出さんは部長の許可をもらわずにペットボトルのミネラルウォーターを勝手に使ってしまったの。そのことで部長が怒ったら、小出さんはだって風見さんがやれって言ったからと答えちゃったのね。
ああ、つまり部長より和樹の言葉を優先したのが気に入らないと。
While probably definitely true, you think that's probably not the only thing that's happened over the past few days.
そういうこと。何の疑問もなく私の命令に従ってしまった小出さんは、部長の中ではもう私のシンパとして認識されているのかもしれないわね。
そんな、この非常時にそんなこと
言ってる場合じゃないのは部長も分かっているとは思うけれど、仕方がないわよ。女の子ってそういうものでしょ。
まあね。
Female friendships tend to be power-based. Specifically, when girls choose their friends, they pick someone they think of as an inferior. Is that true? I can't say I know. A girl inferior in academics. A girl inferior in appearance. A girl inferior at sports. Anything will do. As long as they're clear inferior in some respects, we can graciously and confidently allow them to be our friend.
せっかくお友達になってあげたのに、私よりその子がいいならその子とお友達になればいいじゃないって、そんな感じなんじゃないかしら。
でもそれを言ったら他の子たちはなんだかんだ言っても結局みんな和樹の言うことを聞いてるじゃない。
Well, I suppose she would also be the most loyal subject, yeah?
私の言うことを聞いているというのとは少し違うんじゃないかしら。何か行動を起こそうというときは言い出した人間が責任者になるわけだし、現状を維持しようという保留案を提示した私に成り行きで同意しているだけじゃない？
そうかな。やっぱりみんな和樹のこと天才だって思ってるし、従っていれば間違いないって思ってるんじゃ。
だから人に天才だって言われるのは嫌なんだってば。私を羨ましいなんて思わないことね。天才になんかなったところで得られるのは賞賛じゃなくて敵意と嫉妬だけよ。
そういうもの？
So you don't even care that you're being called a genius in terms of a being modest aspect. You just don't want the enemies and envy aspect of it.
ええ、そう。私に友達がいなかった理由はそれよ。あなたが我慢強い子で助かるわ。 あまね。
どういたしまして。というか和樹本当に友達いなかったんだ。
Well, she definitely didn't have the most outgoing personality. I can picture her going out and trying to make a friend. I suppose I have noticed that she hasn't talked about Yuuji at all, has she? Like, not even period. I suppose neither of them have really talked about their family too much. I spent most of the 3 days glued to her by now, but not for that accident. It was hard to imagine we would have ever gotten to know each other like this.
そのとっつきの悪さと遠慮知らない口ぶりと人を小バカにしたような態度を直せば友達できると思うよ。
それは私に別人になれと言っているようなものじゃないかしら。
まあそうなるかな。
Well, if simply considering the feelings of those around you a bit more is becoming a different person entirely, well, I guess so.
今さら私の性格が変わったらむしろみんな気持ち悪いって言うんじゃないかしら。
Depends. It depends how extreme. It feels like you're basically pushing it off because you only want to interpret it as the most extreme version of that change.
寂しくないの？
今はあなたがいるし、それに弟がいるからそれほど寂しいとは思わないわね。
Ah, there's a mention.
和樹、弟なんているの？
Yes, she does.
ええ、いるわよ。
やっぱりあれ、和樹に似てるの？
Not at all. He's an idiot.
似ているかと聞かれればあまり似ていないわね。あの子は私と違って母親似だから。そうね、優しいだけが取り柄みたいなところがあって可愛らしい子よ。
へえ、やっぱりその子も頭いいの？
どうかしら。バカではないとは思うけれど変に生真面目で不器用だし、私の弟って時点でどうしても比較されてしまうし、ちょっと頑張った程度じゃ誰も認めてはくれないのよね。そのことでは随分と悩んでいるみたい。
そっか。
Not surprising, I guess. Kazuki would be one incredibly hard act to follow. Everyone would naturally be expecting great things of her very own brother. Held up against a standard of the elder sister, the best achievements of a normal person would seem commonplace. At most, you could hope for a tepid, just what I'd expect from Kazuki's brother. But as any minor mistake would get you a disappointed look that might as well be saying, "Are you really related to that genius?" I couldn't help but feel a twinge of sympathy.
なんかちょっとかわいそうかも。
同情はやめてあげて。あの子がますます惨めな思いをするから。
ごめん。
確かにあの子に失望する声も多いし、それは両親ですら例外じゃない。でも私はあの子がとても大事だし、あの子をとても愛しているわ。それでいいのよ。たとえ世界中があの子を嫌っても、私が誰よりもあの子を愛している事実は変わらないのだから。
偏ってるな。相手は弟なんでしょ？
そうかしら。まあ確かに変質している自覚はあるけれど、弟に甘い姉というのも別に珍しくはないでしょ。
甘い？和樹が甘い？
I'd always use Kazami Kazuki as something like a walking beaker of acid in a school uniform. Struck me as the single least appropriate adjective you could possibly apply to her.
そんなに驚くようなこと？弟なんだから可愛がるのは当たり前でしょ。これでも一応優しいお姉ちゃんのつもりなのだけれど。
似合わない。全然似合わない。びっくりするぐらい似合わない。
Kazuki, the girl who'd probably take one look at the classic abandoned puppy in a cardboard box on a rainy day, tell it, "Fate is cruel, I suggest you curse the heavens," and then walk off without batting an eyelid. Kazuki, of all people, a doting big sister. I impulsively pulled my cell phone on my bag and checked the date.
あれ、今日は4月1日じゃないよね。
It's not? I don't think so. It might be.
あなた、失礼にも程があるわよ。私だって人間だもの。弟を可愛がりもするし、弟が落ち込んでいれば不器用ながらも慰めようと試みることぐらいはするわ。
Kasuki was such a dry-eyed, tough-minded person that I guess I figured she was above any form of deep emotional attachment. To be honest, I could easily imagine her looking down on her newborn brother in a hospital incubator, muttering something like, "What do you think you're doing? I don't recall giving you permission to be born. You've thrown off my plans. Help."
あなた、今とんでもなく失礼なことを考えていない？
Maybe.
ない。
When Kasuki fixed those inky blank eyes on me, it felt as though she was gluing right through my skull into my thoughts. Flustered, I shook my head in denial.
ねえ、弟さんってそんなに可愛いの？
Ooh, you have any pictures on your phone?
そうね。思わずキスしたくなるぐらい可愛いわ。
へえ。
Hearing all this was getting me a little interested in seeing it for myself.
実際何度かキスをしたけれど、何度しても飽きないわね。
I assume, like, not in a fucking weird way.
え？
Given into temptation, kissing her brother. On the cheek or something, right? Right? I didn't have any brothers, so I didn't quite get it, but maybe that wasn't too out of the ordinary for a close pair of siblings.
こうね、ぎゅっと抱きしめて口の中に舌をねじ込むと小さく震えながらも必死に舌を絡みつかせてくるところなんか本当に可愛いわ。
Ah, you're joking, right? Please be joking. Huh? She thrust her tongue in her brother's mouth? Even for siblings. Oh, no, especially for siblings. Wouldn't that be downright abnormal? Just what was this girl doing to her brother?
どうかした？あなた、顔が赤いわよ。
さ、今ここで私が道徳を解き始めたらあなた笑う？
内容によるわね。
Your actions are subtly mistaken in a number of ways. Really to identify them, show your work 5 points. Kasuki's way of showing your affection for a sibling was clearly wrong. I never expected to be explaining a fundamental mistake like this to her of all people. When I gently prodded her for more information, I soon discovered she was still taking baths with her brother. Please be joking. Please be joking. While Kazuki's body wasn't exactly well developed, she did have curves in the right places. Bathing with your brother at that age is more than a little dicey, right? Even at the best of times, the love between a brother and sister is built on a fairly precarious balance, and the little Miss Genius here has definitely taken things well beyond the tipping point. During their baths together, it seemed she would stretch open her genitals for her brother's observation, describing various sexual functions in detail. By this point, I was fighting the urge to cut my losses and just run screaming to the trees. Skirting around the larger issue, I gingerly pushed the conversation along by hinting that the baths really need to stop, prompting her to inquire, is sleeping together at night also off limits, in a slightly dejected tone of voice. This has to please be a joke. For fuck's sake, it sounds like the sort of joke she'd make. And when I went soft, mumbling something about maybe every once in a while, she fired off a cheerful, "Oh, so it's okay to peel his skin back and forth every once in a while just for fun?" His skin? Oh no, not that skin. You mean that skin. Peeling your brother's skin is what passes for fun in your book? Well... Wait, what do you even mean by that? Oh, his foreskin. Is it? Right, I see. Okay then. Hey, mind if I ask you something? To be honest, I feel a little silly asking a question like this to the infamous prodigy Kazami Yuuji. But I just can't help myself. I'm burning with curiosity. Here goes. Hey, might you be completely out of your goddamn mind? Okay, look. This is the only way of life I know. Really isn't helping me deal with this. You know, can you cut a girl a break here?
というか、今まで誰も注意しなかったの？例えばほら、母親とかさ。
そういえば子供の頃にお外ではしないようにねってそう言われたような気がするわ。
家の中でなら OK なのかよ。
No, it's not. It sounds like their mother made some mistakes here as well. Some pretty fundamental ones, actually. Please be joking, please be joking. But this is a Japanese game, so they might legitimately not be joking about this. It sounds like the sort of joke she'd make, but it's been taken so far at this point. It wasn't hard to imagine Kazuki's home must have been an unusual place since it was the environment that produced a super genius. But this freakish lack of common sense was well beyond my expectations.
とにかく間違ってるから、このままじゃ和樹の弟絶対にろくな大人にならないよ。
Ah, that wasn't gonna happen anyways.
そう？これでも結構真面目に育てているつもりなのだけれど。
どの辺が？
ありがとうって上手に言える子に育てているの。
どういう意味？
言葉の通りよ。素直に人に感謝することができるって素晴らしいと思わない？
そりゃまあ。
そう、例えばあなたの口癖のごめんなさいだけど、人に迷惑をかけた時素直に謝罪できるのって素晴らしいことよ。
そうかな。
I wasn't trying to make my catchphrase, but I was taught from a young age that if you think you did something bad, apologize first and make excuses later. It's a major pillar of the vinegary education of manners I received from my mom.
それと同じことよ。人に感謝することができる人間はできない人間よりも幸せな人生を歩めると思わない？
確かに。
It may be a subtle difference as often as not, but if you can remember how to show your gratitude in small ways, never taking the goodwill of others for granted, your life will probably end up ever so slightly the richer for it.
あれ、和樹あんた、今ちょっといいこと言った？
あなた本当に失礼ね。私はいつだっていいことしか言わないでしょ。それこそ私の言葉をまとめれば風見和樹名言集として税込み1890円で売れるぐらいよ。
You know, I think they might not be joking about the thing anymore. They sort of ran past it and didn't even mention a joke, so... Kazuki...
何その微妙にリアルな値段設定。
I mean, I don't remember Yuuji mentioning anything about that sort of stuff with his sister, but this is like the only route I've done for like a long time in this game, so it's been quite a while, so there's probably stuff I'm forgetting. Well, publisher to make a hardcover edition of that anyway. I can just picture it. Chapter 1, taking a bath with your little brother, is not a crime! Maybe the better question is, what's the target audience for a book written by a woman who molests her own little brother?
お風呂か。そういえば。
It had already been 3 days since the last time I washed myself. 3 days I spent in a humid ravine, wearing the same unwashed school uniform. I mean, I pinched my clothes and brought my fingers to my nose, then quickly jerked my head back at the raw, sharp body odor that they carried.
くさ。ねえ、和樹、私匂わない？
Yes.
人は生きていれば代謝を続けるものだし、それに今は臭い切れというか毒ダミの苦い匂いしかしないけど。
やだな、お風呂に入りたい。
沢が見つかって水は潤沢なのだし、水浴びをしたら？佐久間さんなんか沢が見つかってすぐに私のところへ水浴びの可否を聞きに来たわよ。
いいの？
むしろ衛生面に気を配らないと皮膚病になる可能性もあるし、その辺の事情を含めて部長にはすでに許可を取り付けてあるから何も問題はないわ。私も何度か水浴びしてみたけれど気持ちいいわよ。
Ah, great. So it only took 3 days for Amani to even consider bathing.
言ってよ。つか誘いなさいよ。私たちペアでしょ？
だって私、あなたの隣で裸になるの嫌だわ。高級スポーツカーの隣に駐車された軽自動車の惨めをあなたは想像できる？
なんで車で例える？
その方があなたには分かりやすいかと思って。
I mean, what's the problem with minicars? I love them for your information. They're cheap and easy to maintain for one thing, but more importantly, they're incredibly light. And a wise man once said, when it comes to turning, nothing beats a low-weight car, you know?
和樹って時々姿が見えなくなると思っていたけど、私に隠れて水浴びなんかしてたのね。
別に隠れていたわけではないけれど、まあいいわ。薬草を積み終わったらあなたも水浴びに行ってきたら？
Is it a straight-up spring? Huh. I thought they mentioned a river before. Same thing with the cliffside stuff. They really don't give enough information on the specifics of what the environment is like to actually form any sort of real plan about dealing with it if we decide to leave at some point.
そうさせてもらう。
Bath sounded fantastic, but we had other priorities. While picking the bugwort and chameleon plants we planned to use for medicinal purposes, Kazaki and I took the opportunity to search for vegetation that looked edible. It was the third day of our imprisonment in this ravine. Perhaps the very beginning we'd assumed the vibrant mass of nature that had trapped us here would also provide for us with a steady supply of wild vegetables. That optimism evaporated the moment we actually began to explore the jungle. True, carefully surveying the woods turned up something in the way of edible-looking vegetation. The vast majority were fern sprouts, honeywort, chrysanthemum, greens, and other leafy plants. More garnish than main courses. None of them could fill the bellies of a group of growing teenagers. As an added bonus, pretty much all of these wild grasses and flowers proved strongly unpalatable. Eaten raw, they are unbelievably bitter, and most gave off a sharp, nasty scent, even when boiled. The harsh, caustic taste of the lye usually remained. Seasoning to disguise the flavor was an absolute necessity. The first of our supplies of advantage was the curry powder. Thanks to the strong smell and powerful taste, it violently drowned out the taste of any individual ingredient. It's our magic pixie dust, transforming anything into a tolerable meal. On the day of the fall, we'd each been distributed 2 tiny single-serving packets of curry powder to last us 3 days. Even combining my share with Kazuki's, our 4 packets didn't amount to much at all. Although Kazuki entrusted me with all of our precious supply of food, she downright got angry when I tried to make curry croquets using the powder and some potatoes. She's always strictly lecturing me about keeping our portions as small as possible, but any ingredient containing anything in the way of salt was a particular obsession. Her argument? The sodium cannot be produced from inside the human body, therefore ingesting it from the outside is absolutely necessary.
確か植物からミネラルを取り出して塩を作る実験をしている中国の大学教授がいたわよね。
何急に？そんないきなりいたわよねとか同意を求められても知らんがな。
児童向けの科学雑誌にそんな記事が出ていたのを今ふと思い出したのだけれど、残念なことに大量の素材とそれなりの規模の装置が必要なのよね。
塩がそんなに大切なの？
今はまだ体内での調整でごまかしが効いているけど、このまま数日経って飢餓が極まった時、最後に必要になるのは塩だと思うのよ。だから今のうちにできるだけ確保しておきたいの。
一応言われた通りに塩は節約してるし、半分は使わないようにして隠してあるけど。
それは最後まで隠しておいて。それと塩を隠し持っていることも誰にも言わないで。
Our initial supply isn't our partner initial supply or everyone's initial supply.
わかった。そうするけど。
What's the point of having salt if there's no food to put it on? If anything, it seemed like we should be stockpiling stuff that could fill our stomachs, not a condiment. Since the fall, we'd been getting on by potatoes, carrots, and the weedy vegetation we picked from the forest, without any meat or rice in our diet. We were starved for protein and carbohydrates alike. If we had to make a meal out of these scraggly, bitter plants, I'd at least like to stir-fry them with little crumbled bacon, flavored with a generous helping of butter and soy sauce, and steaming white rice on the side. That's right, rice. We still had a supply of that being held in reserve, didn't we? On the second day of our training camp, heavy rain had cancelled our plan to cook a big curry dinner outdoors. We've been eating many of the ingredients from that meal, but not the rice it would have been served on. In other words, we had a 5-kilogram sack of perfectly good rice sitting in a tent somewhere. Just when were they planning to distribute that? Or they're already fucking eating it, and when people are like, yeah, we have that rice still, they're gonna be like, I might have already eaten it, and it's gonna be like, ah! There's no point in whining about bacon when we didn't even have any, and I wanted some rice pretty badly. A nice fluffy bowl on the side would make a main dish of fried weeds seem a lot more tolerable. And if we had some shimeji mushrooms to throw in, then it'd be...
あ、キノコ。
Right. As I'm not... In terms of rice, I've never been, a big fan.
はい。
I like bread. I prefer bread.
ねえ、カズキ、キノコは？キノコなら山の中でも生えてるんじゃない？キノコを探そうよ。
やめておいた方がいいわ。キノコは危険よ。
どうして？カズキなら毒キノコと食べられるキノコ見分けがつくんじゃない？
一応知識はあるけれど、キノコは地域によって差もあるし、それに私の知識は本で得たものばかりで経験が伴わない。本で得た知識だけでキノコを食べて食中毒になるケースは今の時代になっても後を絶たないわ。キノコはダメ。
私、軸がきれいに縦に裂けるキノコは食べても平気って聞いたことあるよ。
それは俗説よ。軸が縦に裂けるキノコでも致命的な毒を持つ種類はたくさんあるわ。悪いことは言わない。
いいアイデアだと思ったんだけどな。
誰か嫌な子に食べさせて 2,3 日様子を見てからみんなで食べるという手もあるけれど、
さすがにその冗談は笑えないよ。
But actually might be necessary at some point. Bad taste or not, some of these jokes are like, yeah, that might be necessary at some point. Someone will have to be the taste tester.
冗談を言った覚えはないわよ。
Although she smiled lightly, Kazuki's voice wasn't amused in the slightest. She was quite seriously and neutrally informing me of a potential exchange. If we wanted edible mushrooms, we would have to sacrifice someone first. Well, sacrifice is one way to say it. At the moment, we had edible plants. Unappetizing as they might be, there's no reason to risk death for the sake of a few mushrooms. But if we were to eat up all the shoots and flowers and herbs, where was our next meal going to come from? If we were forced to eat mushrooms, who takes the first bite? A road to survival we couldn't follow yet. A road not all of us could travel. Was Kazuki thinking of something like this when she spoke those words? Yesterday morning, as she already predicted that I would suggest gathering mushrooms. Well, someone would at some point. Pretty common concepts in terms of stuff that people can eat, in terms of poisonous stuff, especially, or potentially poisonous stuff. Yeah, definitely. It's hard to imagine her not predicting that. Not necessarily you suggesting, but someone.
誰だって死にたくはないでしょ。ほら、さっさと積んで戻りましょうよ。
With those words, Kazuki bent down and began to put away the plants we had gathered in the mess kit rice cooker, as we were using as a makeshift bucket. When we run out of herbs, what do we eat? The dog! Being real here. Yes, that is a legitimate, real possibility. That's totally gonna happen. It's hard to imagine everyone here but Amane dying, and us not getting to that point. None of us want to die. Those brief, perfectly obvious words sent a cold shock through my body. None of us were hiding our griefs or anxiety particularly well anymore. Everyone was nervous, everyone was scared. But I realized something from the spasm of terror I felt in that moment. Somewhere deep inside, we were probably still in denial. We were still optimistically averting our eyes from the cruel reality. And so comes the 4th day in the valley. As expected, another hot one. As early as mid-morning, it felt about 90 degrees out, if not worse. Spending time in the lush, humid jungle under such conditions would drain our energy surprisingly quickly, so we were told to limit our investigations of the area to the early hours of the day before the temperature reached its peak. Investigating the area might sound nice, but to be perfectly honest, we are just foraging for food. Everyone had long since burned through the 3 days' worth of food distributed to us on the first night. From today on, the system was changing, beginning our daily rations with the captain every morning. And that morning, she handed me a handful of rice, less than a cup's worth. That and maybe a quarter of an onion. This is to make two for me and Kazuki both. When I tentatively asked if I was supposed to be the one, if this was supposed to be for one meal, she firmly repeated, "This is for the day." It wouldn't have been enough for anyone, let alone young girls with growing bodies. We were expected to make up the shortfall by heading to the forest and procuring our own. As a result, most of us were forced to devote the majority of our active time to searching the woods for food. Fortunately, my partner Kazami Kazuki had a small appetite as her diminutive frame would suggest. And even when all I could offer is a thin gruel of rice and mountain weeds, we ate steadily away without a single complaint. If anything, the problem lay in my direction.
ダメだ。全然食べ足りないよ。
アマネは体が大きいから基礎代謝が高い分、動かなくてもエネルギーを消費するものね。
Kazuki glanced over his eyes, sucked regretfully on my gruel-soaked chopsticks, gave a little laugh, and helpfully compared me to an American gas guzzler in human form. Getting kicked in the shins.
私の食べ残しで悪いけど、食べる？
それは和樹の分だよ。
I was honestly all too eager to gobble down any more morsel offered to me, leftovers or not. Even so, it would have been a darn mistake to accept Kazuki's kindness. If our pair was a body, I was the hands and the feet, but Kazuki was the hand. No matter how healthy the limbs may be, they can't move unless the brains function.
いいよ。あとはお茶でも飲んで我慢する。
Of course, our tea was nothing more than hot water flavored with onion skins. It wouldn't fill my stomach, but sure. From what Kazuki had told me, the skins were rich in antioxidants that reduced the stress on my body, providing something of a detox effect. As I slowly sipped away the reddish-brown tinted water, I looked around at the campsite. Unsurprisingly, many of the others were sitting listlessly on their silver sleeping mats, their arms wrapped around crawling stomachs.
ねえ、あれ放っておいていいの？
Clearly, I wasn't the only one longing for something to supplement our inadequate meals. A group of 3 girls had sat themselves down in a tight circle, Sakuma Senpai at their center. Wait, what? They were playing cards at the deck. Somebody must have brought along, gambling for small snacks and pieces of candy they've been secretly hoarding. It was a common sight lately.
まあいいんじゃない？みんな楽しそうだし。あなたも混ぜてもらったら？
Kazuki put her hand in her skirt pocket and pulled out a single chocolate bar.
軍資金は私が提供するから、勝ったら分け前は私とあなたで半分ずつ。いい？
でも
負けた時は、そうね。おやつ抜きってのはどう？
もともとおやつとかねえよ。っていうか、どうして和樹がやらないの？
私が勝つと面白くないでしょ。それに私は怪我人の世話があるし、今は小出さんが一人で見ているけど、私がいないと不安らしいから。
こんな時に遊んでていいのかな？
こんな状況だからこそ退屈すると悪い方へ考えが進みやすいし、ガス抜きは必要なのよ。無駄に動いてもお腹が空くだけだしね。それにたかが遊びだなんて思っていてはダメね。私のペアである以上はあなたには敗北は許されないわ。たとえトランプ遊びといえど、不退転の心意気を胸に他人を蹴落としてでも利益を得る覚悟で挑んでちょうだい。
不退転。
踏み出したら振り返らない。それがルールよ。
よくわかんないけど、頑張ってみるよ。
確実な勝利を期待しているわ。
Having said her piece, Kazuki turned on her dainty heel. Having said her piece, Kazuki turned on her dainty heel and walked off carefree. Actually, what was it? Confidently. Admittedly, didn't read that one too closely. Sitting at the bar a little high, aren't we? Well, I guess if you had a talent like Kazuki's, it might well turn out that way, but it seemed like a downright unreasonable expectation to place on an ordinary person like myself. Confidently. Of course, if I had said as much to Kazuki, I'm sure she would have given me another talking to. Victory is secured only through the steady accumulation of effort, unflagging attention to minor precautions, or whatever. I was pretty sure she already told me something that, very similar in fact. I had actually been making something of a habit of jotting down Kazuki's words of advice over the days we'd spent together. Do your utmost to avoid placing yourself in a position where you'll be forced to rely on chance. When the time comes to use a card, play it without hesitation. Betray before you're betrayed. Interesting. Once someone has betrayed you, never trust them again. Don't let anyone realize you don't trust them. Remember to chew on your milk before you swallow. Never trust someone that's betrayed you again. Interesting. Does she not trust Amane, maybe? I don't recall any time that she betrayed her, but... Not that I really understood most of them, especially the last one there. Chew your milk. Some kind of metaphor, maybe. Oh, whatever. Maybe it means literally chew your milk. Because it's not just a liquid, there's other things other than water in there.
私も混ぜてもらっていいですか？
それは構わないけど、何かかけるもの持ってる？
チョコレートがありますけど。へ
え、君、まだそんなものを隠し持ってたのか？
いえ、別に隠していたわけじゃ。それに、これは和樹が持っていたものです。
風見が？あいつ、甘いものなんて興味なさそうな顔してるけど、こんなものを持っていたのは意外だね。
I couldn't deny it seems a little out of character for Katsuki to be carrying chocolate around. Which, while she's done a lot of out of character things, she also might have stolen it from someone. Who knows? That said, at this point, I wouldn't really have been surprised if she pulled a pigeon out of a hat. She is clearly capable of anything.
何にせよ、チョコレートは大歓迎だ。座りなよ。
はい。
What should we do next? What's going to become of us? How long before we can go home? Okay, so a lot of these routes have bad and good endings. So if I do not get a choice in this card match that determines the fate of the ending, like you get a bad ending if like we get a bad ending if we like lose the game. Immediately after the fall, every word coming out of our mouths boiled down to a variation of one of those three sentences. But as of that morning, the litany of unanswerable questions had finally trickled to a halt. By our fourth day in the valley, we started to adapt psychologically. Harsh as our environment was, we had our tents to shield us from the elements, and our sleeping bags to keep us warm at night. As we began to find comfort in such things, we are gradually growing calmer. The provisions distributed on the first day gone, and our daily rations reduced to a bird's helping of rice, it's only natural that the topic of our conversations shifted from such vague anxieties to the concrete topic of food.
チーズが食べたいな。
While studying the cards that she'd been dealt, Kanede-senpai muttered those words to no one in particular, like some kind of prayer. Her love for dairy was well known on the team. When practice ended and the freshmen took orders for their obligatory snack run to a nearby convenience store, she'd always request something cheesy. I can appreciate that. I really, really like mozzarella cheese, especially in the cooked pizza cheesy form. Melted cheese, mozzarella. Ooh, so good.
ないものは仕方がないだろ。
分かっちゃいますけど、先輩だって甘いものが食べたいって言ってたじゃないですか。
甘いものは実際にあるじゃないか。キャンディーにガムにプレッツェル。それに見なよ。アマネがチョコレートを持っている。まさにカモリ。
確かにチョコは魅力的ですよね。一番甘いですし。
Three sets of eyes focused intensely on the bar of chocolate. It felt almost like they weren't seeing anything else. For a moment, I physically cringed. If all three of them were to pounce at once, I would have been completely unable to defend myself. As I bit my lower lip and swallowed nervously, Sakuma glanced up and abruptly burst into laughter.
心配ないさ、大丈夫だよ。確かにここ最近苦くて渋い草ばっかり食べてるせいで甘いものに飢えているのは間違いないけど、たかがチョコレートで喧嘩を始めるほど私たちも子供ではないからね。
Yet. Yet.
ですよね。もしこの場に小沢先輩がいたら、それも保証の限りではないですけどね。
As she spoke, Ibuki discarded a pair of cards from her hand. True enough, Azawa wouldn't have handled the situation well. Her juniors hadn't called her the Devourer Demon behind her back for nothing. Insensitive as it seems, I couldn't help but think her instant death in the bus crash had at least spared her from otherwise inevitable agony. Yes. Perhaps she'd been lucky in a way.
そういえばさ、小沢ちんのバッグどうなったの？
バッグ？
ほらあの子、いっつもバッグの中にぎっしりとお菓子を隠してたでしょ。あのバッグがあれば私たちしばらく甘いものに困らないんじゃない？
先輩たちの私物はバスから回収した後、全部先生に預けましたけど。
Oh, I can see where this might be going.
ということはやっぱり部長が管理してるってことか。
Or not telling anyone and eating it herself. Just then I glanced absent-mindedly at the chocolate bar in my hand and did a bit of a double take. In the thing of it, Kazuki was the one who retrieved the Ozawa Senpai's belongings from the bus. Could this possibly be something Kazuki secretly swiped from her bag?
どうしたマネ？君の番だよ。
はい、ごめんなさい。
Instinctively apologizing for no particular reason, I pulled the furthest card from the right, on the right from Sakuma's hand. One of those games. She chuckled softly. I'd taken the worst possible card off her hand. The Joker. If it's with you at the very end, you've lost the game. For a moment, the smirking clown stared back at me from the cheap, laminated playing card seemed to be wearing Kazuki's face.
結局のところさ、食料を全部管理しているのは部長と小出のペアでしょ。彼女ら自分たちだけお腹いっぱい食べてるなんてことはないよね。
That's exactly the sort of attitude that causes actual legitimate queues in a crisis like this. From the cards I offered her, Kaneda pulled out the Eight of Spades.
それはないと信じたいね。坂下はああ見えて責任感は人一倍強いし、自分だけ楽をしようとは思わないタイプだよ。
そうでしょうか。
Ibuki pulled a card from Kaneda's hand and then discarded a newly formed pair into the central pile. But by this point, she had only 4 cards remaining.
坂下部長は責任感が強いというか、自分以外の場所に責任を転嫁するのが上手なだけですよ。私、あの部長苦手です。
出たよ。またブッキーの苦手ですだ。君はそうやって何でも嫌ってみるんだね。
As Sakuma-senpai leaned towards her, Ibuki's cheeks flushed slightly red. She thrust out her remaining 4 cards in front of her roommate's face as if trying to keep her at bay.
そうやって簡単に信じてしまう方が善人なんですか？私は善人なんて嫌です。
Taking someone at their word is definitely soft-hearted. Just outright doubting someone is, well, 100% for no reason outside of you doubt them because you don't like them or they don't do nice things. You gotta be a bit more specific before you doubt someone more specifically on a specific thing.
騙されて利用されて、それでもよかった、病気の子供はいなかったんだなんて言えるほど私は成人じゃありません。
そういうとこかわいいな、ブッキーは。そろそろ髪切った方がいいね。前髪を切ればもっと可愛くなる。
Oh, no. Short hair sucks. I can say that personally. I much prefer the longer hairstyles for girls.
余計なお世話です。私は好きでこの髪型にして、もう触らないで。
Obviously, it depends much more specifically on what they look like normally, but, you know, typically that's where I lie in my preferences.
イチャつくのは二人きりの時にしてもらっていいですか？
Wrinkling her brow as if trying to hold back an imminent sneeze. Kaneda flapped her hand in the air to signal get on with the game already.
うちのペアは小森が飼ってる犬がいるから余計な食い口が増える分食料の減りが早いんだよね。あの犬っころ生意気に雑草なんか嫌だって全然食べないし。
Oh, what do you mean? You mean you have the most rations? Because you have an extra mouth that you're feeding to fatten up, yeah?
そういえば犬って肉食なんじゃないんですか？
Yeah, I think so. I haven't really put too much thought into that.
雑食なんじゃないかな。うちの近所の犬なんか散歩の途中で道端に生えてる雑草とかむしゃむしゃ食べてるの見るよ。
Munching at them doesn't mean that they can digest them, though.
あ、それなんだっけ？肉ばっかり食べていると胸焼けするから食べるんじゃなかったっけ？
Okay, then yeah, probably omnivores. I don't really know. I've never actually had a dog. Just had family with dogs. Allergies, you know.
でも今朝だって配給の玉ねぎ食べさせようとしたけど完全にそっぽ向いて見向きもしなかったよ。
犬に玉ねぎ食べさせちゃダメですよ。犬に玉ねぎを食べさせると貧血を起こすって言うじゃないですか。
そうなの？
チョコレートもダメだって言うよね。
それこそ犬に食べさせるぐらいなら自分で食べますよ。
まあね。私も小森に同じようなこと言ったらさ、なんか責任感じたみたいで。犬が食べられそうなもの。
トリュフでも見つけてくるんですかね。
あれ？トリュフは豚が探すんじゃなかった？
No, they're just good at finding them. You don't need them for that.
何にせよ、犬だけじゃなくて私たちの食べるものが問題ですよね。このまま雑草ばっかり食べててもそう長くは持ちませんよ。
Having waited 3 days, we could hold out another 7. That was Kazuki's estimate. We'd stay here for another week, sipping on weed soup. If our rescuers hadn't arrived by then, we had no choice but to go get help ourselves. Yeah, we wouldn't have food at that point. Most likely, the captain was preserving a stock of food for that purpose. But when I said as much, Kaneda scowled dubiously.
でもさ、救助を呼びに行くってどうやって？
As she spoke, Kaneda scratched irritably, the bandage wrapped on her forehead. The wound underneath must have been growing itchy in the humidity.
誰か一人代表者を決めて、その人に水と食料を託して山を降りてもらうんです。
降りられるならとっくにそうしてるでしょうが。こんな道もないような山どうやって降りるのよ。どっちに進めばいいのかすらわからないのに。
だから部長と先生はそれを調べるために今も山に入っているんじゃないですか。
責任者の自主的な行動って言えば聞こえはいいけどさ、それって無駄に食料を減らしてるだけじゃん。いっそのこと全員で別々の方向に山を降りればいいんだよ。
だからそれは。
We didn't have nearly enough provisions for a gamble like that, and we couldn't just abandon the wounded. There's only one practical plan, endure as long as we could. And on these meager rations, Kala opened a path through the wilderness that trapped us here, and hope all the while for the arrival of our rescuers. And then, once our investigations yielded something in the way of landmarks, send off a representative with 3 days worth of food. When another 3 days pass, we could send off a second representative, by following the signs the first had left to mark the sure's trail. They should make it further down the mountain. Lashing one short stick to the next, slowly but surely we would draw closer to our objective. This was an idea that had grown out of Kazuki's theoretical digital communication plan. Ah, okay. If we could repeat this often enough in theory, we would eventually be able to escape. But there's no guarantees. I found myself hesitant to explain.
喧嘩はやめましょうよ。それこそ無駄にお腹が減るだけじゃないですか。
喧嘩なんてしてないじゃん。話し合ってるだけだよ。
だったらその無駄にイライラした口調やめてもらっていいですか。あまねに八つ当たりしたって。
私がいつ八つ当たりしたってのよ。
Calm the fuck down.
金田、それに息吹もその辺にしときなよ。
I have often heard that calcium deficiency makes you prone to fits of irritability, but at that moment, although all of our diets were badly unbalanced, the main cause of our greatness was clearly the constant gnawing hunger that we all shared. It's easy to be polite on a full stomach, as they say. In the end, we kept up our game of cards until Captain Sakashina and Mr. Oji returned from their expedition. I finished with a so-so record of 3 defeats and 4 victories. In exchange for 3 of the 12 blocks of chocolate from my bar, I obtained 4 pieces of soft candy, wrapped in aluminum foil. Against the contrast of my slightly dirty palm and muddy fingernails, those spoils of war looked irresistibly beautiful. I brought one to my nose and inhaled deeply, the bittersweet scent of strawberry wafting through the wrapper. My mouth was instantly overflowing with drool. There are 4 candies in my palm. If I popped one into my mouth right now, nobody would ever know. Wouldn't even be a net loss to my group. I would have lost 3 small pieces of chocolate and brought back 3 comparable chunks of sugar. As my thoughts raced unbidden through the calculations, I swallowed the spit in my mouth. When as it was slid lukewarm down my throat, I came to my senses with a guilty jolt. It would be dishonest, unfair, and cowardly to eat one now, nothing less than a betrayal of Kazuki, and once I betrayed her, I would probably continue to do so. That was a line I could not cross.
何か悩み事？あまね。どうかした？
ツッキ、あなた分かってて私をいじめているの？
何のこと？全然わからないわ。
It really seemed like some deliberately timed appearance on her part, but even if it was a coincidence, Kazuki's luck to appear at that exact moment would have been frightening in its own right. After one long, deep breath, I jerked my head down in a bow of apology.
ごめん、カズキ。私今、カズキに内緒でつまみ食いしようか悩んでた。
あら正直、そんなの黙っていればわからないのに。
わからないからこそ汚い行為なんだよ。
I held out the soft candies I'd won in the game and the remains of the chocolate bar to Kazuki. Cupping her hands gently over mine to receive them, Kazuki flashed a satisfied smile.
大丈夫よ。それができないあなただから、私はあなたに全てを任せたのだから。はい。あーんしなさい。あーん。
Kazuki deftly unwrapped one of the candies she'd received from me, then plopped the small white pillow into my half-open mouth.
おいしい？
The candy was unbelievably sweet to my tongue. My entire mouth was instantly flooded with the taste of sugar, and the next moment it felt as though that vibrant sweetness was seeping into my veins and spreading throughout my body. The single piece of candy was so delicious that I was actually trembling. Kazuki watched affectionately as I rolled my eyes up in bliss and swirled the candy clumsily around in my mouth, and then popped another one of the candies into her own mouth. And with the words, "Goodness, it really is tasty," smiled in pleasure.
でも、こういった熱量食は一人でこっそりと食べた方が美味しいのかもしれないわね。
Yeah, you would know, wouldn't you, Kazuki?
どうして？
私の弟がそうだったの。変に禁欲的というか、好きなものをあげてもあまり喜ばないし、後で一人で隠れてこっそり食べるの。どうしてって聞けば、下手に喜ぶと誰かに取り上げられるかもしれないし、一人の方が落ち着くっていうのよね。人間は喜んでいる瞬間が一番無防備だということをすでにあの年齢で知っているのだから、さすがは私の弟ね。そういう卑屈に歪んでいるところもすごく可愛いわ。
Oh my.
なんだかわかるようなわからないような。
Remember, guys, she called herself a sadist.
理解しない方が幸せよ。特に家族に対してすら不器用にしか生きられない人間はね。
Family. That brief word resonated painfully inside me. It felt as though an icicle had unexpectedly pierced my chest to the core. What were my parents doing right now, worrying about their missing daughter? There aren't very many good ending points. I mean, the day breaks, but they don't come that often. I'm not sure how long this is gonna last, so I think this is probably a decent place to end this episode for now. So, I will see you all again next time as we go on with Amane's story and speculation and ruminations about the potential of what could have been happening or what normally would have been happening if she wasn't in this situation. I'll see you all next time. Drive safely, everyone.